Hey everybody, how's it going? We're out here doing a little content for all of you. It's been a week, at least. And my Tuesdays are going to be no longer Tuesdays. They're going back to Monday. My schedule is changing back to Monday off. So, that being said, this will be our last Tuesday installment. Nice. Anyways, burning the old Rayo 75. It's been my bench lantern. Well, for the last couple of weeks, and I'll come out here and light it and do a chore or two and just enjoy some music and a pipe or whatever. And in the late afternoon, it's just perfect. I really enjoy doing that. As you can see, we have the Nail City crank tubular out here. Now, the reason why it's out here is because it's leaking from this little seam here. And, well, can't have that. It's not like a profuse leak. It's not leaking like, heavy. It's very subtle. It's a very slow leak. As you can see, the outside of the fount is kind of glistening. It's got a little bit of a kerosene residue going on there. So, and it leaves a ring. If you set it on the bench, it leaves a ring. So even though it's empty, it's burned all the fuel in there. Yeah. Still sweats. So, we're going to evacuate the rest of the kerosene, which is just residue. And then we're going to clean it and sterilize it, and then I'll add more seal all, hopefully today. And there you go. And that's going to be good as new. And it'll probably hold fuel better and won't leave a ring where I set it. I've had it out in the house, the last several months since I've had it. Well, since I've got to burn, and everything. So it's been really nice to enjoy out there in the living room. But I've had a plate under it since I noticed that it was leaving little, kerosene residue. So I kept it from getting on the furniture and everything. So it's safe. It's totally fine, but it's kind of messy. And I'd rather not have it do that if I can help it. And I will help it. So anyways, the crank tubular is going to be out here for the next couple days while it cures and everything. So I got plenty of lanterns. My 1890s Dietz Victor it's in the house. It hardly ever comes out here. And I also have the side lift tubular. Is it out here? No, my side lift in the house? It is in the house. Yeah, my side lift and my Victor, they're very similar. The side lift is a little earlier. But they look identical. There's some very minor details that are different between the two, but essentially they're the same lantern. But yeah, I'll bounce between those two. I had the side lift out in Tucson when we went visiting a couple of weeks ago now. And it was really fun. I loved having that old lantern out there and burning it and just enjoying the old West, atmosphere, the beautiful sunsets and the saguaro cactus and the sand and the rocks, all that stuff. You get it. Getting to the bottom here. Anyways, so yeah. But what else? Oh yeah. Went on a cruise this Saturday. This last Saturday, we went on a nice cruise in the car. It was just me and a close friend of ours, actually. And, well, the Gem City Mobsters, the local car club here, I'm good friends with the president and creator of the club. And he says, hey, we're going to do a cruise. You're invited. You got to come. And it was interesting because it was actually a Plan B cruise because we were planning to go to Moon Eyes, the big car show down in Irwindale. Well, there's a big problem with ticket sales. They only had 1,000 tickets to sell for cars, and they didn't tell everybody that they had a limited amount of tickets, and they went for sale, and they were sold out pretty quick, and they stopped selling them, I think, probably in December. So you had to pre-purchase tickets early, and well, he didn't get tickets for the club. So we were aced out of the Moon Eyes car show this last Saturday. And that was very disappointing, especially for him. He was very excited about this show, and I understand why. It's fun to go and see buddies and friends from other clubs and kick tires, and I get it. And there was no Moon Eyes car show for the last couple of years. 2019 was the last one. So this was a big deal. We did go to Bo Huff last year, and that was a fun cruise. We did it. I didn't take my car because I didn't want to drive it all the way out to San Bernardino or Riverside. So I rode with him, but that was fun. It had a little car show thing going on, and there was plenty of cars there too. But we did a cruise instead from Monrovia to Eagle Rock, then to Highland Park, through South Pasadena, and back to Monrovia. And we hit a few spots. We went to the Oyster and got ourselves some pastrami sandwiches. They were fantastic. Then we went to a tobacco shop and got some cigars, and I got some pipe tobacco of my liking. And then we went down to Highland Park and took photos outside of the old police station museum there on York. And then we went through the Arroyo, back through Pasadena, and came back here, and we went to his place and had a barbecue and had some more food, and we watched a movie. We watched, what was it, Gangster Squad, and I never actually really watched the entire film. I thought it was actually well done. Costuming was pretty accurate. The cars were awesome. Sadly, there was a few cars that really got blown up. So sad. It's sad to see a classic car that's from the 40s, 50s, that get Hollywood, succumb to Hollywood's movie magic. They get shot up, crashed, blown up, all that stuff. It's sad. It kills me because I love old cars, and they're not all that plentiful, and people put a lot of work into them to get them to where they're nice, and then somebody will sell it for, of course the price has got to be right to sell it to Hollywood to do as they please. So yeah, it's just doing business in the big city. I know, I get it, but yeah, I'm never going to let my car go to a production like that. No, especially if it's a principal car. If it's a principal car, then chances are it's not going to see the end of the film. Anyway, but yeah, I'll do extra work with the car ever so often if it's just on a street scene or just driving back and forth, and I'm the primary driver. If they say, hey, we gotta shoot it up or do something, like, I'm bailing, I'm out, peace. No, not happening. I'm very protective of my antique car, and I love it. Speaking of which, I recently put new tires on it. Yeah, and I finally, it's been a while, I've wanted to put the Goodyear All Weather Deluxe or Deluxe All Weather tires on this car, and they've always been kind of out of reach. And back in 2015, when I was getting new tires on the car, I got white walls. I wanted the white wall All Weather Deluxe or Deluxe All Weathers. I keep putting the cart before the horse on that one. It is the Deluxe All Weather, and they're beautiful tires. They have a ribbed kind of Art Deco wall on them, and they come in white wall or black wall. And well, of course, the black walls are a little less expensive. They're about $200 a piece, where the white walls are $250 a piece. So you're spending $200 extra to get white walls on your car. But they're pretty, of course. They're gorgeous. It's hard not to like those tires. But they are pricey, but for a reason. And here's the reason. They are fantastic bias ply. Now, everyone says, oh, bias plies, they'll grab the road and throw your car around, and they'll catch a groove and, rock you, and it's scary, and throw you into another car, and, you're white knuckling all the time. Bias plies tires are terrible. Now, I partly agree. I've had nothing but bias plies on this car, and yes, they have found some grooves in the road and have, but I correct it and it's fine. It's not anything crazy. Most of the time, your front end is shot. You need tie rod ends. You need kingpins. You need to tighten up your front end suspension so your wheels are straight and don't wobble around. Of course, your tires are going to grab, certain grooves and stuff and throw you about if your front end is shot. So that's something else to consider if you really are complaining about radials. bias plies. Now, to most people, all bias plies are created equal. They're 3 to 4 ply, and they're terrible, right? They ride like trash. Well, not these. These tires are fantastic. They are. I've had them on the car since Saturday, and I went on a big long tour with the club, and that was their debut. That was the first day I had them on. I had them on in the morning. I had them all mounted, and then I drove out and came back, and no problems. And the car has been fine ever since. I've had no problems with these tires, and they ride very comfortable. They're just great. They're perfect tires, really, for what they are. Well, Dodge, Chrysler Corp outfitted their cars from the factory with Goodyear tires, and these are Goodyears. And let me tell you, they're perfect. They're really good tires, and if I can be any kind of a convincing factor to any of you car guys out there that have classic cars that do roll with radials, roll with bias plies, those are definitely the best tires you can get if you want to stick with bias ply. You will not be sorry. They are definitely worth the price of admission. They are limited numbers, though. They are kind of tough to get. They make only so many each year, and they release them to their suppliers, and they're what they are, and you have to be quick. You have to be on the spot to get a set of them, but they are definitely worth the price, and I am definitely going to get another set when those start going out, when they start getting tired. No pun intended. When they start wearing down, I'm going to get another set. I think I paid $921 for the set of 4. And later this year, when they're back in stock, I am going to get one for the spare tire. So I'll have a match set of 5, one for the spare, and whatever. Anyway, with that being said, let's take a look, shall we? So go out and take a look at the tires. Let's do it. All right. So, nice and easy. You'll see the car is just sitting, kind of peeking its nose out here. There she is. Okay, so she looks as she always has. But there they are. Yep, those are the All Weather Deluxe, or Deluxe All Weather actually. It says Deluxe All Weather on there under Goodyear. And Goodyear made these between 1939 through 1940, 41, somewhere around there, give or take. I could be wrong. They are really good tires, I'm not going to lie. They are fantastic, and they ride very nice, and they don't grab the road. Now, part of that reason is why they don't grab like other bias plies is the diamond tread. So these have, outer grooves, and then the inner groove is the diamond tread. Now those do not grab or grooves in the road. To my experience so far, they've been perfect, and they drive very straight, very true. So with that being said, I highly recommend these, and they are just, with these ribbed sidewalls, they're just very elegant, very of the period, and they give the car, well, the black walls give the car a real wartime kind of look. Because white walls weren't available during the war, and you were lucky to get anything during the war. But I like them. They make the car look a little more sinister, a little more businesslike. Of course, I got the dim out shields on there, so she is definitely in her wartime scheme. But I like these tires a lot. They're fantastic. So enough of that. Back to the garage here in our little perch. Here we go. All right. So, what do you think? Pretty cool? Worth the price? I think so. They'll be on that car probably for the next, 5 to 6 years, hopefully, since I don't do too much driving. I drive locally, but then I'll do a trip ever so often. The white walls I had on there, I put on in 2015. And they were on that car all the way up until just last Saturday. So they lasted a good long time. They actually still have plenty of tread. I am selling them. So anybody that's looking for a set of 4 white walls with good tread, the white walls do need to be cleaned up and scrubbed down, but they're still, more or less presentable. There is some cracking on the surface as white walls age. They do crack a little bit, but when you clean them right, they won't show as much. I'm asking $200 for the set of 4, which I think is fair. I am open to offers, but anyways, it's on my marketplace on Facebook, so if you're curious. For anybody that has a classic that has a 616 size tire or rim, that's the size. All right, friends. Well, it's been fun. Glad we could cover a few bases and enjoy a lantern burning and a little tobacco and some conversation. Hope you guys enjoy this installment, and we'll be doing another video next week. And we'll relight this guy when it's ready to go. All right. Have a good one, and we'll see you guys again next time. All right. Bye-bye.